Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me here today. I'm so grateful. In today's video, we are going to talk about something that has taken over the internet over the past 1 week. But I'm not here to dissect what happened in this specific creator's life. I want to speak about this from the perspective of manifestation because, as much as support this person is receiving, especially from all the women throughout the world, there is a portion of people that are questioning. It's not even the correct time to question these kind of things, but it's more on the lines of, okay, if this person is so spiritually healed, if this person practices manifestation so much, believes in it, encourages it on their channel, how did this person ended up attracting this kind of person who is not loyal, this kind of person who cheated on them, this kind of person who now everyone is labeling as a stalker, a narcissist, and whatnot. A lot of things that I will be speaking about in this video have already been spoken about on my channel in a variety of videos. I always ensure I am balancing out my teachings around manifestation with the actual world you're living in, because it's always very important to understand that no matter how spiritually healed you are, no matter how much you're practicing conscious manifestation, it does not take away from the fact that you need to manage your 3D reality simultaneously. You need to handle it, which means that where the reactions are necessary and they are not emotionally draining you or emotionally disturbing you, you can give out reactions, because you cannot become blind, dumb, and deaf when you are living in this 3D reality. There are things that you need to do physically. The work that needs to be done, okay? And till now, there's a large portion of people, the majority of the people, who are still viewing manifestation as a magic wand when it is not. They're either watching the wrong content, or they are not even watching content and it's just an assumption they have, which they do not wish to correct at this point in time. Now, this person is really, really famous, and if you're someone who spends a lot of time on TikTok or YouTube, you would be aware of her. She has a lot of content around building confidence, self-development, raising your standards, cutting people off that are not really contributing to your standards or contributing to the peace in your life. Now, what really happens when you reach a point in your life where you feel you have healed from your past trauma, you have spiritually aligned with your higher self, and you are someone who has started believing in the power of their mind, that what you want, you will attract it. You attract what you want, you create what you want. What happens if after all of that, there are wrong people entering your life? Now, here the first thing I would like to tell you is that manifestation is not equal to perfect life, a fairyland. That's the biggest misconception that still, after so many good creators are out there now, and so many people explain this so well, but people are still not able to grasp it or do not wish to grasp it. They always just want to keep this picture perfect reality of what manifestation looks like. Manifestation does not mean you are going to have a perfect life. It does not mean that magically one day when you wake up, till you're alive, the next 10, 20, 30 years, no bad person will enter in your life. No one will ever show you attitude. No one will ever try to betray you. That's not what manifestation means. And even if you're someone who is into general affirmations and like to affirm or reaffirm the belief that I only meet good people, I only come across kind people, it is still not a guarantee that that's how your life is going to be. The reason being, you can never fully tap into your subconscious mind in a way to understand each and every limiting belief you have around human beings. Okay, maybe on the surface you are affirming that I should only be meeting good people, I should only be meeting people with good intentions. Again, this general umbrella affirmations you need to be doing consistently, repeatedly, a lot of persistence for days and weeks and months or even years to really make your brain believe that yes, you are always only going to invite or welcome good people. Reason being that throughout this journey, you are going to bump into people that might be rude. And it takes just one experience that emotionally disturbs you for you to create a general assumption around a certain group of people. For example, I've spoken about how I have a lot of limiting beliefs around people that are in customer service, or I have a lot of limiting beliefs around people that are in government service, the government office, especially in my country. And do I wish to change it? No. Can I change it? Yes, I can. I can make my life easier, but do I want to put in my energy where I kind of have work related to those services once in a while? No, I do not wish to put in that kind of energy. So even if on the surface level I always try to reaffirm this belief every few days through inner conversations, through good internal dialogue, that I should always only be meeting good people, kind people, I might have so many limiting beliefs around certain group of people that on a daily basis I'm not aware of, and I don't have to be aware of it on a daily basis. That awareness comes in only when I am going to an office, a government office, or I'm reaching out to a customer service person. That's when that awareness comes up. So you can put in a lot of effort. I'm not saying it's not a good way to manifest. I love general affirmations and I always suggest them to people so that they can maintain a good, healthy, peaceful life. You can get into these affirmations that I will only meet good and kind people, but then you meet someone in a parking lot or in a cafe and you have an argument over there. Over it can be anything, any small thing that kind of ruined your mood. So that's again going to reaffirm this belief that not all people are good. You know what extent of work it requires for your brain to believe each and every human being on earth is good? That's practically never going to happen because now social media has become another news channel. You are bombarded with everything that's happening around the world, with women, with men, with elderly people. Do you really think that you have that level of strong will and the time to really consciously manifest and make your brain believe that each and every person on this earth is good? Practically, it's never going to happen. I'm someone who likes balancing my 3D and knowing till what extent I need to use my logical mind and to what extent I should not be using it. So if you are someone who's able to do that, I'm really happy for you. That takes a lot of willpower, that takes a lot of mental strength. Again, nothing is impossible. Okay, possibilities are always going to be limited. So I'm going to appreciate anyone who is able to do that. But I am not able to do that. I will not be able to put in that kind of energy or time to really start believing that everything and everyone in this world is good. What I can do is narrow it down and for myself kind of create this bubble where one thing I will do the general affirmations around just meeting or bumping into good and kind people. Now what that's going to do is it's going to change the ratio. If I'm someone who has been bumping into people that are not really kind, that are rude, that are entitled, the ratio is going to change. Those are going to become very less and good people are going to increase in number. That's the first change that's going to take place. The second change that's going to take place is me recognizing that this person is this way and it's a stranger and it's a moment that's taking place. Does this require my energy and reaction? And if it does not, I will not engage in that situation. This is also something you learn through manifestation. How? Because manifestation focuses a lot on self-concept. Self-concept means respecting yourself, knowing where your energy should be going, knowing what's not worth your reaction, making sure your thoughts align with your behaviors and your actions. So with all of these learnings, when you're faced with such a situation, you know how to manage it and how to exit that situation with prioritizing your peace. Manifestation is always going to be a game of hits and misses. I'm going to have certain failures, and I've had certain failures. I've been really open about that on my channel. That failing in certain manifestations is completely okay. It does not change the fact that still your mind is creating, still you are the creator, still you can materialize things you really put your mind to. But there are certain things you can fail at. Maybe you were not able to push through the resistance. Maybe you were not able to let go of the past, and that's completely okay. If you just accept that and move on to other things, move on to better things, and not really see it as something shameful or embarrassing, then that will bring you real peace in life, because failures and success and achievements are a part and parcel of life, not just in the process of manifestation. You can pick up any task, any work. There are a lot of things that you failed at and a lot of things you were very naturally good at. So trying to rewire your brain around certain things and trying to rewire it around certain things where you failed, it's completely normal, and you don't really have to feel embarrassed about that, or even share those stories with others so that others can relate to you. Manifestation failures, a lot of people can relate to it. And I think a lot more manifestation coaches or YouTube teachers should be really transparent about it and not showcase themselves as, I'm a master manifester, so I have to upkeep my image. So I cannot really display my failures. I cannot be open and transparent with my YouTube community about my failures. No, you can. I have failed a lot of times in my manifestations where I was not able to overcome the emotional disturbance I was going through in certain areas of my life. So for me, it was just about giving myself the closure, and because it exhausted me so much, I did not even want it anymore, shutting that chapter and moving on to other things. I will create a whole other video around failing is okay. Failing in certain manifestations is okay. So do check out that video once it's uploaded. So the conclusion of this first point was that once you start consciously manifesting, yes, you are going to attract good people in your life, but you are also going to develop this ability of recognizing the wrong ones. It's not about 100% manifesting good people. It's about recognizing the wrong ones, because now you have reached that awareness and mindfulness, and you're really clear about the things you want, you don't want, what you're going to accept and tolerate, that it's very easy to differentiate right ones from the wrong ones. And that's when you need to reject them completely. They are not welcomed in your life. Now what happens is, in the real world, people again get into a lot of emotions, and in those moments when the wrong one seems a bit right, not very wrong to get rid of, a bit right to see a lot of potential, they focus on the potential, they choose the potential. Now these are personal choices. You cannot blame manifestation for this. If there's a person who's coming into your life and you know that this person is not the kind of person you want, but there's a lot of potential here, and you want to focus on the potential, you want to focus on the good, and you want to expand that, basically trying to change the other person, create changes in the other person, then that's completely your personal choice and your personal responsibility, that even after doing so much work, you are not able to reject the wrong people from your life, but still focusing so much on, oh, but they could offer this, they could become like this, that you still invite the people you were inviting before you started conscious manifestation. Because in those moments, your brain is still going to remind you of the past trauma, And these are the kind of people your brain is comfortable with, because these are the kind of people that you have experience with. Especially when it comes to the runner and chaser dynamic, if you're someone who has always chased people into wanting to talk to you, wanting to commit to you, and that's been your history and it's been really traumatic for you, even if you feel like you've healed and the next time you will not allow this kind of person in your life, the test for you are the moments when that kind of person is trying to enter your life and you are not outright rejecting them. Where is the self concept? You say you have worked on your self concept, but you still accepted that kind of person in your life because you're still giving a lot of importance to potential, what could be, than what is in front of you. In these cases, these are your personal choices. In these cases, you have still not reached a level of self concept where you have rewired your mind completely that I don't have to focus on potential and what could be, because I will receive someone exactly as I want. I do not have to repackage something. I will receive the package as I want. So that's an issue with your self concept, and you cannot go ahead and say, I practiced manifestation so much and still I'm getting these kind of people in my life. Again, manifestation is not magic. It requires regular accountability. It requires putting up boundaries. It requires recognizing your own needs. That all of this comes under self concept. Self concept is such a deep topic. It has so many layers. People just limit it to creating confidence, creating standards. But when it comes to practicing those standards and really applying it in your life, in your 3D reality, you are not able to do that. And then you blame manifestation, which is not a separate entity that you can blame and get away with. You can blame anyone you want in the world. You can blame manifestation. You can blame that person who entered into your life. But these are your decisions you're making. Everything that has happened was your decision. You allowed it to happen. You allowed that person to enter your life. You allowed that person to let go of the boundaries and standards that you were setting in your mind when you were single. And when you realize the potential is not working out and things have gone the other way, then it's all about blaming rather than thinking, what should I change in me to change the outside? It's always about changing the outside. Even when you start with, okay, I will change me, I understand it's inner work. When does it become an outer work again? You don't even realize it. The change always has to come from here. What do I have to change in me for this to change? What do I have to change in me? Okay, maybe I have to stop looking at potential and start seeing things for what they are. That is a change I will do within. As a result of that, the change outside would be these kind of people exiting my life, because I'm not letting them come into my life. The only way for them is to move on to other things, other people. Anything you allow, anything you engage in is a confirmation to your mind that this is good for me, this is what I prefer, this is what I like, this is what I'm allowing, this has my permission. And your brain is going to obviously make a note of all of these things, that this is what her comfort zone is, this is what he allows, this is what he's okay with. And whatever you're okay with, whatever you allow, that's the kind of things, those are the kind of people that definitely will keep coming into your life, because your mind will seek those kind of people. Your mind will seek that comfort. Now, the second point I want to speak about is what happens when we vibrate higher, or we are on a higher frequency, which just means again that we feel we have reached a place where we are really spiritually aligned. And we are practicing conscious manifestation. We are setting boundaries, keeping standards, okay? There's a whole other side to it. There's a whole different category of people that know they can enter your life if they put up a different face. When you vibrate higher, when you have this amazing energy, in this creator's case, the whole world knew, at least millions of people, okay, knew that what her standards are, what she's teaching, what she will accept and not accept in a partner. So people exist that do not have good intentions. That is something I believe. It's a belief system. I do not wish to change it because I cannot change it. It's a belief system that's functioning at a very, very large level. Okay. And I don't think, again, any human can completely change that belief in themselves that only good people exist. People are attracted to people with good energy, with high energy. Now, these attractions can be in a way which comes from ego, where again, in this person's case, everyone is saying how this man wanted to humble her, how this man wanted to completely break her down and make people feel, look at this person that you all have been looking up to, you all have been idolizing. She's been teaching all the women how to keep their standards up, but look at this person, I broke this person. I humbled this person. These are the kind of leeches that you can easily attract when you are operating on a really high vibration or frequency, which just means you have this amazing, confident, bold energy coming out of you. When you are a person who knows what they want in life, who knows, I will accept this, I will not accept this is my standard, this is my self-concept, I believe in myself to the extent that I don't need anyone else to believe in me. When you have that kind of aura and personality, it shows. You will walk in a different way, you will talk in a different way, you will give it back to people who are trying to act smart with you. You know where your reactions should be going. You know where you need to save your energy. You know where to consciously manifest. You know where to shut people down in 3D. These people are so clear in their head. You cannot really mess around with them. And when you have that kind of energy, people are attracted to that, especially if you're a woman. Men are attracted to that energy, but what happens later is they're not able to handle that energy if they are not themselves on the same level. A lot of men want this confident, bold woman in their life. They have this image of a fiery woman that they want in their life, who is really decisive, who gives it back to people, till she gives it back to that person, till she is really bold and sets up boundaries with this person. It's kind of feeling their sense of worth from knowing that this person will bend their boundaries for me. This person will let go of these things or sacrifice or compromise for me. So it makes them feel really big as a person. It makes them feel very important and idolized. And that coming from such a strong, bold woman who doesn't put up with any shit but is ready to put up with my shit, somehow gives their ego a boost, somehow makes them feel like a big person. And they love that. So yes, you do attract good people when you are on this journey of conscious manifestation. You do everything intentionally. You start practicing a lot of mindfulness. You will attract good people. But the downside of that is you will attract leeches too. And sometimes it's very difficult, depending on how much experience you have with such kind of people, to recognize those leeches because they put up a facade. They, in this case again, as everyone is now saying, that because her content was all out on internet, on social media, this person studied her, this person completely understood how this person behaves, what kind of thought process this person has, what kind of belief system they have, and they turned into that person, they molded themselves into that person to enter this person's life. And this is the reality of the world we live in. Yes, you are going to meet a lot of people who, to enter your life and to impress you, change their complete personality. And these kind of people, you need to understand that if they are inquiring a lot about you, if you're a person who's not on social media and they want to study you, they want to understand you, they will ask you a lot of questions. Now, what happens a lot of time is, it's very difficult to distinguish between, are they asking me so many questions because they are so interested in me, or are they asking so many questions because they want to mold themselves into what I'm interested in to love bomb me. Okay, this is the reality of today's world, and you need to be confident and spiritually healed, you can say that, or a really smart person, a really aware person, to differentiate between these things. And not everyone is able to reach that level. A lot of people that are craving love, that are starving for love, really give into these things and don't understand or don't want to recognize any kind of red flags, even if it's in their face. Okay, in the beginning maybe you might not be able to recognize it, and it's just that, okay, they're so interested in me because they are asking me so many things. But as days pass by, no one can keep up a facade because it's not their true identity and nature. They will slip up somewhere, and those are the moments that if you are a mindful person, you will be able to recognize it. Awareness, mindfulness, situational awareness, and trusting your intuition is really important to deal with this 3D reality we are living in. Okay, it's very important, and to have a very healthy life, you need to always understand how to manage your conscious manifestation, what's it teaching you, how to apply it to your real life, and how to apply these boundaries and standards that you're setting in your inner world in the outside world. These are not just to be kept inside of you. It is there for you to understand, make your brain believe it, and apply it in situations to reaffirm them. So you will attract leeches if you are this bold, confident person who has an amazing self concept. Be ready for that. That is the downside of spiritually healing, of being a master manifester, of knowing about conscious manifestation, of, and even if you're someone who does not believe in all these terms and definitions, just a person who, I'll speak in the other language, is just confident, believes in themselves, is ambitious, is feels powerful, knows how to say no, is not a people pleaser. If you are this kind of person, you will be very attractive to leeches. Okay, understand this, accept this fact. Your only work here is to recognize those leeches, and what I spoke about in the first point, reject their entry in your life, because these people will completely change themselves. But if you're not mindful, the moment they slip up, you will turn a blind eye to it. You will start ignoring it, and then you will again get stuck in the same cycle of ignoring, of still holding on to that idea of how they were at the beginning. But they were like this. We are similar. Our thought process is similar. And you will start ignoring the slip ups. But the slip ups are the real character and nature and the personality. The person, if what they showed you at the beginning is not consistent towards the end, till the end, in the middle, during the relationship, whenever, that was not their true personality. Okay, this is something you need to understand. This is something which is a personal responsibility you have for yourself, so that you do not entertain these kind of people in your life. These people love sucking on your energy. They see something, and this is a human nature, that if I'm an introvert, I've always wanted to be confident around people, but I have a lot of social anxiety. I will be really attracted to someone who has a lot of confidence, who does not have social anxiety, who is all out there. A lot of times you will find these kind of couples that also demonstrate this quote that opposites attract. So this happens a lot. What we lack within us, we find it really attractive in others. As I mentioned, this will either come from a good intention, where I want this kind of person so that we can balance each other out, and I would love to have that kind of person. Or it will come through ego, where that person is a leech and would want to somehow break you, take things from you, take your confidence, take your glow, and really shrink you down. And that is all to boost their own ego. So if you recognize the difference between these two people, this will bring you peace. This will destroy you completely. It's your responsibility to apply what you have learned in manifestation in terms of self-concept, and completely cut off with these kind of people, and not feel like you need to accept breadcrumbs or what if no one else comes into my life? Isn't it better if no one comes into your life than having some kind of leech in your life that is completely going to make you disappear and snatch your identity? So these are the really important questions you need to be asking yourself. I'm repeating this again. Be ready if you are someone who is shining bright, who is on this journey of conscious manifestation, you will attract leeches. And that's what the wizard Liz attracted. She attracted a leech, but instead of that person coming from good intentions, the first category, this person came from a bad intention with ego. This is not his real personality or character, and he slipped up. Now, the slip up took place, and hopefully, she has taken a good decision. We don't know what's going to happen later on because they have a baby on the way. Will they get back together? Will they give the family a chance, as they say? We don't know any of that, but again, it's going to be her personal decision. And her personal, it comes down to your self respect and dignity at the end of the day. Some people are okay with letting that go, some people are not okay with letting that go. So it's completely going to be her personal choice on what she decides to do after a few weeks, months, or years. So love bombing is real. You are living in this real world, this reality where there are good people, there are bad people. My belief system, if that's not your belief system, I'm really happy for you. You will attract good people. The ratio of you attracting good versus bad people is going to be different than other people, and that's great for you. But that's not the belief system. Everyone, even who are manifesting master manifestors, even they, I'm sure, are not carrying this kind of belief system that everyone on earth is good. And as I mentioned, good energy will attract good energy, but it will also attract a lot of bad energy who are jealous of you, who envy you. And it's all about you not accepting that energy. And yes, you can do that. Again, that takes a lot of practice, but you can reach that place where you don't absorb that kind of energy. There are going to be people, different kind of people entering your life. It's all about recognition, adjustment, recognition, adjustment. And I think one more creator, Dylan James, I'm sure everyone watching my channel does know him, talks about these kind of things very well. So you can check out his channel. He talks about manifestation and creation in a really practical way, where how can you handle your 3D and create a healthy balance between the inner world and the outer world. Because as I mentioned, what needs to be done in the outer world needs to be done. Okay? So if you want to understand this in different kind of aspects and ways, you can go check out his videos. He speaks on these things really well. So the conclusion is that people questioning her, you manifest so much, you became rich through manifestation, or you became popular through manifestation, because she comes like once in a few months. She posts a video and she gets millions of views. I came across her channel first, I think in 2023. And that time she had around 3 million followers, as far as I can remember. And now she's at 8 million. And even before this whole cheating scandal took place, she was already at 7 million. So without putting in a lot of effort, without having a fancy setup or even a mic, just filming through her phone, she gained a lot of popularity, which just goes to show that you don't really need to be perfect in your accent or voice or setup or background or aesthetics to really resonate with people. So that's a part where it showed that, you can manifest this kind of popularity, or you can manifest wealth. So you have seen her success, but still those people, that portion of people that's questioning her, a specific area, her romantic life, that why were you not able to manifest a good person here? If you preach about manifestation so much and standards so much, how are you not able to see the red flags? You are questioning this person, but underestimating how evil people can be and to what extent they can go to put on a facade, put on a mask to convince you to let them enter your life. You're really not giving those people a lot of credit for their evilness. People can go to any extent. People who want to prove something, who operate on ego, who want to see other people suffer, who are sadistic, they can go to any extent. So instead of questioning a person on their abilities around manifestation, you should be more empathetic towards that person in these kind of situations. And if you cannot be empathetic, you should not be there at all commenting anything. It's always about why the victim got played and never about why did the person who was responsible for all of this do this. Why did he put on a facade? Why did he completely mold his personality? What was his real intention here? Okay, so stop questioning people who are going through something and rather understand that these things can happen even if you are a master manifester, even if you have amazing self-concept, things can happen in your life. The more sooner you understand this and accept this fact and stop seeing manifestation as something, as a different entity and as magic, rather it's a part of you, and there can be ups and downs because you can have ups and downs. Your brain has ups and downs. The hormones, the emotions, your wants and desires changing every few months and years. The ups and downs are constant. Change is the only constant. That also means your brain changing, your wants changing, your boundaries going up and down, loosening sometimes, being really strict sometimes, mood, emotions, all of these things will change. And that's why a lot of times there would be failures, and a lot of times there would be such amazing success that you will not even be able to fathom it. Your self-concept, again I'm repeating how it's connected to manifestation. Your self-concept is what we teach in manifestation. Your self-concept is determined by how you react and what you do next. Because once something is done in your life, rather than going down the rabbit hole or blaming yourself or shaming others that you went through this and you call yourself a master manifester. You are sitting here and teaching manifestation, but you were not able to manifest this. Instead of doing all of that, your self-concept will always be determined by what you do next and how you deal with it. Do you keep engaging with it and continuing the pattern, or do you understand the pattern, break it there, and really increase the power of recognition so the next time you're not allowing these kind of people to enter into your life to create the same circumstances, same emotional disturbances? That's when you're breaking the cycle. And that's when you're giving confirmation to your mind that we are no longer accepting this. That's how this is connected to your mind. And your mind will play with you. It's going to push you. It's going to create so much resistance that no, this has been your comfort zone. What do you mean we are no longer accepting this? Those are the moments where healing takes place. When you provide continuous confirmation to your mind that we are no longer accepting it, your mind will slowly start understanding it. It will rewire and it will stop leading you to these kind of people or creating these kind of circumstances for you. Because now your recognition power is strong. Your brain also knows that if you bump into this kind of person, this is how we need to react and this is how we need to reject these kind of people. It's all about your mind and how you're applying it in your real life and how you are rewiring your mind and how you're making your mind comfortable with your new belief system. That's all it comes down to at the end of the day. If you are someone who believes manifestation is magic, it's black magic, it's witchcraft, you are in a completely different category of people. And at least my channel is not for you. My channel is a perfect blend of managing your reality, the practical world, and how your inner world and creating peace there can contribute to that. So if you are looking for those kind of channels, yes, those kind of channels exist. It will create a fantasy world for you of what manifestation looks like. But at the end of the day, it's just how your brain is functioning and how you are behaving in your real life. Your actions and behaviors, are they aligning with the belief system you're trying to create within you? So if any of those people are on my channel that want to receive content around manifestation being magic, you are not going to receive it. I think people who have been on my channel for a long time know about this. I speak about manifestation in a way, I try to speak about it in a way which includes a lot of simple language and balances out your 3D reality and the practical world. So, if that is what you're looking for, because that is what's going to get you sustainable success, then you are more than welcome on my channel. I hope I was able to clear a lot of myths around manifestation in this video. All the misconceptions, all the false ideas people are carrying in their mind about this process. If you have any kind of questions, you can leave it in the comment section below. Derogatory questions, questions attacking someone's dignity and respect are not welcome at all. You might as well not even comment that. Just a few days back, one of my members, which I was really shocked about, commented on one of my members only videos where they called me selfish and they called me so-called manifester, and they said I need to self-introspect about my selfish behavior, so-called manifester, because now you're only releasing videos for the gold members. I have no idea from where that frustration was coming, because my membership description is very clear. If you click on the join button, you can view the details where it mentions very clearly that the silver tier members receive 1 video a month, gold receive 2, platinum receive 4, and diamond receives 6 to 8. And this person belonged to the silver tier, and all the videos I have in members only are released on time. So I'm not sure if this person did not read the description and was expecting a lot more free content and videos. But I do not accept these kind of derogatory comments. I just do not teach self-concept and self-respect. I practice it. That person's comment was pinned for other members to see that this is not acceptable. And especially you cannot be in my members community, which is supposed to be a really happy, peaceful, getting along with each other community, and call me out on something that I've not done because you lacked some information. So I asked that member to leave the group, not to renew their membership again, and with their entitled behavior, they can move on to other channels. People do not like this. This is when you set boundaries, this is when you practice self-concept, and somehow it ticks people off. But again, it's my channel and I have clear guidelines on how I want people to be on my channel. Maybe on the main channel, I cannot really control what kind of people show up, but in my membership community, these are the kind of people that are not welcomed at all. If you want me to make videos on any other specific topics around manifestation, you can leave your suggestions in the comments section, and I will see you guys in the next video. Till then, have a great day, have a great week, and enjoy all your manifestations.